Hi, welcome back again to everyone. Sorry, due to some technical error earlier, the webinar we have started is got closed in between. We know technology is helping us, and technology sometimes create the issues also. So we face these type of things many times. So sorry for the same. So let's start discussion in continuation what we were discussing earlier on the V3 portal. So I was discussing a point कि whenever we go for the V3 portal, generally a question came into mind कि why there is a MCA V3. See, we are in the era of the automation. We are in the era of the AI. Today, we have to do a small things. We are discussing with the Chat GPT. We are discussing. We can say we are discussing on the Gemini. Platforms are there. We are as a professional. We are using so many platform. As a layman is using so many platform. Why ministry should not use the AI based software? So this MCA V3 portal is one of the example of that we can say automation by the ministry, because this MCA V3 portal is totally a AI based portal and data is a machine reading format. So it's gonna help ministry to allow to we can say as a checking of the data. I must say that as a professional, on the basis of my experience in the coming days, in the coming some years, we can say month or year, the scrutiny level of the company law compliances is gonna increase drastically, because so many new things they have added in the forms. Like they have one example, one by one we will go, and please listen it carefully because this is very important. As we know, now AOC-4 is our web-based form. It is a totally a web-based form. It is not a PDF form like earlier. Now, if we have to prepare the AOC-4, it is mandatory that we should start preparation of the form on the MCA ID. Without logging to the MCA ID, we cannot prepare the AOC-4 form. So preparation of the AOC-4, first requirement, we should have a ID. Now, when we talk about the ID, from whose ID we can file, this is very important, because in the recent webinar, when yesterday I was in a seminar also, there we have discussed that whose ID it can be or how we can use it. See, practically, we have seen maximum time practicing professionals are using their MCA ID for filing of the form, whatever type of the form they are using their ID. But these days, as a professional, we are facing one difficulty when our MCA ID is logging into a one window or one system. If anyone login into another system or another browser, the earlier ID got log out. So this is a big problem, because as a practicing professional, I'm talking about the professional, if company secretaries throughout the country, everyone know during the annual filing, everyone have to file so many form on the MCA portal. So at that time, this problem of the logout from the one system another system is gonna affect everyone. So we have to find out the way how we can do the work so that our system will not log out. So uh, re- I have done some practical research, and according to me, there is a one very good way to tackle this problem. That way is, we can do one thing instead of our professional ID, we can use the ID of the company or the ID of the director for filing of the annual form. If we will use this way, we will not face the problem that someone else has been logged in and our ID is logged out, because everyone use that ID of such company or director and file the form for such particular company. So it will not gonna impact us like it is impacting us since so many days or month. Like one person is already logged in, another is logging and getting logged out. So first thing, if anyone, this is my suggestion, try to create the login ID of the company, or it is difficult due to any manner for you to create the login ID of the company, at least use the login ID of the director for completion of the annual filing. And the best part, every company, at least one director is already having a ID on the MCA portal, because his DSCs or DSC is registered there. So for the registration of DSC, definitely they are already having an ID. If they are already having an ID, you just have to log in that ID in your system by taking OTP from them, and you can file the form from that. So this is the first point on which everyone is facing difficulty. And after a lot of you can say gone through, I've reached on this point that this is the best way to resolve it. Second point, as I said, definitely for filing of the AOC4, now it is a web-based form. You have to log in on the MCA website. There is no other option. Now, second thing, whether we have to prepare this complete form online only, like we are preparing the other form on the MCA website, like PS3, DI12, MGD14. So many forms since last 3 to 4 years we are preparing on the MCA V2 V3 portal. So AOC-4, whenever we talk about the AOC-4, one thing definitely came into mind. AOC-4 is one of the lengthiest form under the Companies Act. Why I'm saying lengthiest form? Because in this form we have to mention so many things like financial figures, balance sheet each and every figure, P&L each and every figure, then notes to accounts figure. So many things we have to feed in the AOC-4. So it is the one of the lengthiest and longest form under the Companies Act. That's why ministry have given a new option to us for the, that is specifically for the AOC-4 form, that is offline mode. फर्स्ट थिंग, ऑफलाइन मोड जब भी हम सुनते हैं जनरली वी फील कि इट इज लाइक अर्लियर कि वी जस्ट डाउनलोड अ पीडीएफ, वी फिल इट एंड वी फाइल इट. नो, offline mode is not like a earlier form, it is totally a different form. Ministry has given a two option to us for filing of the AOC for online mode and offline mode. I just first tell you the difference between online and mode and offline mode, then I will share my view with you कि which mode we should prefer for this. See, online mode means first thing common. In both the mode, you have to log into the MCA ID. In online mode, you have to prepare the whole form while logging on the MCA website online on the MCA portal. While connecting to the net, complete form will be online. In the offline mode, you have to log into the MCA ID. You have to start preparation of the form. Approximately 20% information you have to fill online on the portal. After filling of those 20% information, you can download an Excel. That Excel, then you can fill even the after the logout of your MCA ID, and easily you can fill without online. You can say be online on the MCA portal. So these are the two way: online mode and offline mode. Online mode, complete form online you have to fill. Offline mode, approximately 20% you have to fill online, and then rest of the information you have to fill online offline. But one thing we have to keep in mind while filing the offline mode, those 20% information which you have filled online, once you download the Excel, those 20% information will be already pre-filled in this Excel, and that will be non-editable. If after downloading the Excel you feel, oh, this information we have mentioned wrongly, then you cannot edit it in Excel. You again have to go into your ID on that specific SRN, edit there, and again download the new form, new Excel. So this mode you can use. So there are two modes now, online and offline. One question I have received regularly from the professional. Today also I have shared a Google form and I have received this question in the yesterday's seminar in the Ghaziabad ICSI. I have taken a seminar. I have received this question: which mode is preferable? Whether we should AOC for offline mode or whether we should online mode for the AOC4. So see, both have their own pros and cons. But here I am just sharing my personal experience and my you can say recommendation. But totally it's your choice which mode you use for your forms filing. According to me, for the AOC4 specifically, offline mode is much better than the online mode. I tell you the reason. Number one, in the offline mode, you don't have to be login all the time on your MCA website. Number one. Number two, in case there is any website slow, net slow, you will not feel any issue in the offline mode if you have already downloaded the Excel. Number three, as you have to fill complete detail, of the AOC4 and MGT7 or AOC for balance sheet and P&L online. So it will be very difficult to mention each and every figure on the MCA portal. It's better download an Excel and fill the complete that Excel from the balance sheet or Excel balance sheet or the signed balance sheet, whatever you want. So that's why, as per my personal experience, I feel offline mode is much better than the online mode when it is about the AOC4. So this is point number two, which I really wanted to discuss in this webinar, because the actual reason behind today's webinar, everyone having so many questions, and I want to discuss those questions. So I again say, as I can see, more than 50% are online. Please raise your question in the chat box. Those questions not only will help you to get resolution, even the other your professional can get the resolution. So these are the two things. First, this is the completely web-based form. Second, you are having the online and offline mode. Third, I am receiving one question from the professional, and even today I also see in my one of WhatsApp group, Gyan Groupul, that people are discussing on the one point. whether we have to mention the actual figure in the AOC4 on V3 portal or rounded off figure, or whether we have to attach the round off figure balance sheet with the AOC4 or actual figure balance sheet. So let me first answer this. Since last 2 or 3 years, when ministry made the amendment, there was an amendment that companies have to attach the round of figure balance sheet, round of figure financial statement in AOC4. But when you have to fill the information in the AOC4, then you have to fill the actual figures. So round of figure is just for the attachment of the balance sheet, and actual figure is for the AOC4 filling. Now, in the MCA V3 portal, everyone was thinking that ministry will come with some drop-down option, but unfortunately, ministry have not given any drop-down option. In the MCA V3 portal also, your attachment will be the round of balance sheet, and you have to mention the actual figure in your financial statement, in your AOC form. So don't get confused. It is same like earlier year. Attachment round of figure financial, filling actual figure financial. Second thing, I have received one question from many person whether there is any change in the certification manner of the form. Like we know, for the small company, there is no need to certify any form. So many people ask whether now we have to affix the DSC of the professional on the AOC4 of the small company or no. So I just want to say one thing: ministry have not made any changes in the rules or the section regarding certification. So certification will work like earlier also only. Ki small company is not required to be certified by the professional. Now we know this new form came with a new feature. That new feature is that now when you prepare the AOC4 on the MCA website, your director report and the auditor report, you can say that your e-auditor report and director report, or extract of the auditor report and director report, will be auto-generated as a e-form, as a linked form with the AOC4. Like if you have done an incorporation, you have seen while preparing the spice part B. Once you complete the preparation of the spice part B, AOA, EAOA, EMOA, Agile, all form auto appear. So same like here, once you will complete AOC4, once you will submit it, e-auditor report, e-director report, any annexure to the director report or CSR2 will be auto-generated. Whatever applicable to you. Auditor report and director report is applicable to everyone, so it will generate in each and every case. But annexure like AOC1, AOC2, CSR2, this is totally depend upon the applicability what you have filled in your AOC4. On the basis of that, it will be get checked. Now, when we talk about the e-auditor report and e-director report, first question I have received from the so many professionals, even I must say almost 100 of professionals have received this question, कि when ministry came with an option of the e-auditor report and e-director report, whether we have to attach the PDF auditor report or PDF director report with our AOC form. So see, I tell you one thing. They have not replaced the attachment of the auditor report or director report from the e-auditor report or director report. They have added a supplement कि along with the PDF auditor report and director report, now we have to prepare e-auditor report and e-director report. So work as a professional has been increased, not substituted, not replaced. So like earlier, we are preparing the PDF auditor report and director report also, plus we are preparing the e-auditor report and director report also. So both things now we have to prepare. So it is still mandatory to attach signed copy of the director report and auditor report and annexure to the director report with the MGT AOC4. So it is not replaced. Now, second question received from the professional on the e-auditor report and director report. Please listen the questions carefully because these are the crux. I am just discussing the crux today. I am not going into कि कैसे form file करना है, यहाँ पे क्या लिखना है, यहाँ पे क्या लिखना है. You all know that. I am just discussing the technicalities. So, second question received on the e-auditor report, director report, whether e-auditor report required to be digitally signed by the statutory auditor. Very valid question. If it is the extract of the auditor report, whether it is required to sign by the auditor, the answer is no. Ministry just said auditor have to sign his PDF or Word auditor report, and that will be attached with the form. And the extract of the auditor report and the extract of the director report is required to digitally certify by the director of the company, not by any auditor. So digital signature of auditor is not mandatory, even not required. There is no option for the same in the e-auditor report. E-auditor report, e-director report, any annexure to the director report, all are particularly required to be certified by the director of the company only. Third question on the e-auditor report and director report I am receiving, and this is very relevant question because in the yesterday seminar also, in my previous seminar also, and through every day in the Gyan Gurukul, you will not believe, every day in the Gyan Gurukul we are receiving more than 200 to 300 queries every, more than 200 to 300 queries on the MC new forms which people are asking. So I'm just discussing those questions so doubt of everyone can clear. This is most important question about the e-auditor report and director report. In the extract of the e-auditor report and director report, you have to fill the column by column detail of the director report, column by column detail of the auditor report. So many person ask me whether we can mention in our e-auditor report and director report, what we can mention. Can we mention that refer point number this of the director report, refer point number this of the auditor report, instead of the mentioning of the information? So I will say a big no for the same, because this is not the intent of the law. We have to comply with the intent of the law, we have to comply with the provision of the law, and we have to comply what we are certifying at the end of the form. At the end of the form we are certifying whatever is stated in the form, and in the attachment day 2 is true, correct, and complete, and no information or material subject matter of this form has been suppressed and concealed, is as per the original record. When I am certifying this thing as a director or as a professional, so I cannot mention ki refer this paragraph, refer this paragraph, refer this clause of the director report, auditor report in the e-auditor report, director report. So make sure you will not mention in the e-auditor report and director report something like refer this point of the director report and auditor report. Prepare it properly, because as I said, it is totally now AI based also. It may happen कि you have mentioned refer this, refer this, refer this, and then on the basis of the certification, on the basis of the section 447, 448, we are receiving the penalty notices from the ROC. So we should avoid it. We should prepare it properly mention the information in the e-auditor report, properly mention the information in the e-director report, whatever information is there. Don't conceal any information in the manner of refer this, refer this. Next question. Now, after this answer, I have received one question from the professional कि there is limit of character in the e-auditor report and e-director report, that is 500 characters. When we talk about the characters, it's include comma, space, dot, everything. So when it is the limit of the 500 character, how we mention the exact clause from our director report and auditor report to the e-director report and auditor report? So I want to give a submission on that. In the clause, see, 70 to 80% clauses, your director report and auditor report are the 500 character, but the clause which is more than 500 character, in that mention one or two starting line of your particular clause of the director report and auditor report. Along with that mention refer this clause of the director report. So this is seems like acceptable, otherwise it is not seems acceptable. So next thing, many person has asked about the AOC-4, whether it is mandatory to mention SRN of the ADT1 for the first auditor in AOC-4. My answer will be no. Even recently, Ministry have issued some FAQs. In that FAQ, Ministry have also clarified it is not mandatory to file ADT1 for the first auditor. When it is not mandatory to file ADT1 for the first auditor, so we cannot say that it is mandatory to mention SRN of ADT1 in the AOC-4. So first auditor is the case when it is not required to mention the SRN of the ADT1 in the AOC-4. You can mention the Z999 in such cases also. So these are the certain things which Ministry have changed. And they have changed one more thing about the AOC-4, which is important for the chartered accountant as well as the company secretary. So that thing is previous year data. We prepare the financial statement. We prepare the financial statement for the 2 year, current year as well as the previous year. So for the 2 year, we are preparing the financial statement. When we are preparing it for the 2 year, Every year in the AOC4 we fill both the figures, previous year and current year. But now ministry, what have they have done in the field of the ease of doing business? They said you don't have to mention the previous year figure. Previous year figure, previous year figure will be auto filled in the AOC4. So now you don't have to fill the previous year figure in the AOC4. Previous year figure, once you will go to the MCA side, previous year figure there will be auto filled. But in any case, your previous year figure is getting changed due to regrouping. Other than regrouping, if you want to change any figure, you require the approval of the NCLT under section 137. But in the regrouping, you don't require any approval. So if your previous year figure is getting changed due to regrouping, which is only a legal option, otherwise it is not allowed. In that case, if your figure is getting changed, there is option to edit. You can edit the previous year figure, but along with the edit, one more column will be open. The column, जो एक और column open होगा, so that one more column you have to mention the reason for the edit. And as ministry have already said in their webinar, in the seminar also, now AOC4 is not a completely STP. Sometime it is STP, sometime it will be non-STP. So it seems that if we edit the previous year figure, this form could be non-STP mode. And if it is non-STP mode, ROC is gonna check each and everything. So we have to be very careful while preparing the AOC4 from this financial year, because it's gonna to be a very important. So next point about the AOC4, which I want to discuss about the XBRL. As we know, many companies is required to prepare the XBRL, convert the financial statement in XBRL and file with the MCA. Generally, what happened in the previous year, whenever a company have to file the AOC for XBRL, they just attach the XML file in the XBRL form. They did not attach the signed form or signed financial statement, signed annual report with the XBRL form. But now ministry make it mandatory from this financial year, even in the companies having the XBRL applicability, along with the XML file, companies required to attach the signed copy of the financial statement that include balance sheet, P&L, cash flow, director report, auditor report, annexed to the director report. Everything is required to be there. Next important point, since last 3 or 4 years, we are filing the CSR2 as a separate filing. But from this year, CSR2 will not be a separate filing. From this year, CSR2 shall be a part of the AOC4 as an annexure, like e-auditor report, e-director report. If CSR is applicable on the company, so CSR2 will be appear there only. So these are the certain question was available with me. Even I have a complete PPT on this AOC4 also. If anyone require the PPT, drop me a message in the chat box or the WhatsApp. We will share with you. Even anyone want the drafts of the latest director report, latest auditor report, as per the sequence of the e-auditor report, e-director report, drop me the message. I will share with all of you. I will give you the link so it can help you. It is just for the knowledge sharing and it is just for the helping our professional fraternity. Now I am having some question in the chat box. I'm just taking that, and some question in the Google form. So 5 to 7 minutes more I will take. If you have any question, please mention. First question, can we write as per director's report and auditor's report in AOC 5? As I said, no, you cannot do that. You have to properly give the detail of such clause in the e-director report, such clause of the e-auditor report, and such clause in the each and every annexure to the director report. Now, second question, you said small company AOC4 need to be certified by professional, but the form is asking for it. Legally, it is not required to get certified the AOC4 of the small company by professional. In any case, it is asking you for the certification. Please check it correctly. Are you out of the definition of the small company in all manner? Number one. Second thing, if still the form is asking you for the certification, generate a ticket with the MCA. These days, I have seen that MCA is resolving the ticket in a very fast manner because they know this is new. These are the new form and everyone need help. So they are very fast these days for the resolution of that. So do that. And if anyone, as I said, required PPT, required director report, auditor report draft, drop me the WhatsApp. I will try my, or draft me in the Gyan Gurukul. I will try my best to share it as soon as possible with everyone. And one thing, during this webinar also, I just got a notification. Everyone must have received that ministry have increased the due date for the KYC. this year from the 30th September to the 15th October. So they have increased the KYC due date for the 15th October. Such a good news for everyone, because we know everyone was receiving getting issues in the OTP for the foreign director. So ministry have extended the due date. Just between the webinar, I have received the notification. Next question: is there any additional attachment for this year apart for financial statement and board report? See, additional, I don't know. I just discussed what are the mandatory attachment. Financial statement, which include balance sheet, P&L, cash flow, notes to accounts, notes to the financial statement, director report, annexure to the director report like AOC-1, AOC-2, CSR2, auditor report. These are the annexures which generally we have to attach with the AOC-4 on the basis of the applicability. Someone asked, please share the format of the draft report. Swati, please message me on the WhatsApp. I will share with everyone there only. Someone asked, is due date of AOC for MD7 is extended? No, right now nothing like that, and we don't know it will be extended or it will not be extended. That is a future concern, whether our site will work properly or not. So we cannot say anything about that today only. We just we receive a notification just now. So I just discussed, yes, they have extended the due date for the DIR3 KYC. Now DIR3 KYC we can file till 15th October. So these are the questions which we have received properly from everyone. Again, I will say any technical issues, any other issues, if you finding out in filing these forms, please mention in the chat box or the comment box of this video. I will upload this, or send me in my personal number. You can note down my number. It is 8130-757966. Drop me a message if you're not part of the Gyan Gurukul group. Send me the message. I will add you in the Gyan Gurukul group so that you can receive all the updates on the regular basis. Tomorrow we are planning for a webinar on the MCA-7 also. So I request whoever is online now, please join tomorrow 6 o'clock for the webinar on the MCA-7 with your questions, with your queries, so that we can discuss in more interactive manner. Last question for the today I'm taking: despite multiple attempts, files from the zip folder are not extracting. What steps should be taken? I know, ma'am, these issues we are also facing. Try to change the, see, I will also give the silly answers which are there, because for this technical problem there is no particular answer, only silly answers are there, and those silly answers we have to do trial and error for that. That is, try on the open the zip file on the different system or download again in the different system, open. These type of tricks are helping in the resolution of this. So thank you so much everyone for giving your time on the Monday. That is a very, we can say, hectic day for everyone. Still I can see almost 100 people are online throughout the session, and so many questions people have raised, so many questions I have also taken. So I'm uploading the recording of this video on the YouTube only. Whenever you want, you can go through it and discuss the things with me. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone.